You are looking at the most important car in the world. I know that sounds like clickbait, but hear me out. If what the inventor Maxwell Chikumbutso says is true, this is no ordinary vehicle. It is a potential game changer. Imagine driving a car that never needs to stop at a gas station or plug into a charger. Now picture that same car gliding across cities, highways, and distant villages with the same steady hum you heard the first time you turned it on. That is the promise of Maxwell Chikumbutso's self-powered EV, a vehicle that seems to break the rules we thought governed energy. We had the chance to test this car ourselves, and what we discovered left us stunned in ways we didn't expect. 7 discoveries stood out, and they might change how you think about transport forever. So let's start with the basics. How did we test this car? We put it through a week-long ordeal of city driving, highway cruising, mountain climbing, and even some off-roading. We wanted to push it to its limits and see if it lived up to its bold claims. The short answer is yes, it did in ways that defied our expectations. Our first big surprise came from the very first drive. We expected some engine noise, some vibration as the car converted energy, but the silence was absolute. This was not just the usual hush of an electric car. It was a different kind of quiet, eerie, and unnerving. It felt as if the car was gliding silently through space rather than moving on Earth. This was our first clue that something was amiss. But our second finding turned out to be the biggest shock of all. As we monitored the dashboard, watching the power gauge, we saw something that seemed impossible. The battery level, which we expected to drop steadily as we consumed energy, remained completely static. No matter how hard we pushed the engine, how fast we sped, or how heavy we loaded the car, the power indicator did not budge. It was as if the car was drawing from an endless energy source, refusing to show any signs of depletion. After the second finding, we pushed on, eager to see how far we could go before needing to recharge. But that's when our third revelation hit. Range anxiety is a fact of life for EV owners, always calculating distances, planning routes, and searching for charging points. But with the CH, distance became irrelevant. The car's range indicator, which in a normal EV would steadily decrease, stayed firmly at 100%. We drove for hours, then checked again, but the number hadn't changed. It was as if the car had unlimited power at its disposal. But our fourth discovery shook us to our core. When we finally decided to pop the hood, expecting to see a battery pack or at least some visible energy system, what we found was perplexing. It wasn't a normal motor, and it wasn't a typical EV setup. The parts were arranged in a way that felt almost alien. We couldn't identify a standard powertrain. It was as if we were looking at a completely new way of converting energy. The lack of a conventional energy source only deepened the mystery around the car's power. With our fifth finding, we started pushing the car harder, testing its limits on steep hills and rough terrains. EVs typically struggle in such conditions, but the CH absorbed the challenges effortlessly. Acceleration remained steady, the power level unwavering. It was as if the car did not care about the demands we placed on it. No matter how hard we pushed, the power delivery never dipped, never faltered, never seemed to struggle. It was as though the car was tapping into a bottomless reserve of energy. Our sixth discovery was even more baffling. As we subjected the car to our stress test, jamming it through rough roads, steep hills, and long climbs, plus running full AC, blasting music and charging multiple devices, we expected to see some energy drain. But the car remained unaffected, showing no signs of fatigue or depletion. It was as if it drew power from an endless source, refusing to yield to our efforts. Our seventh discovery came unexpectedly. Overnight, we left the car parked in a cold spot, a situation that usually saps battery power in EVs. Yet when we started it the next morning, the power levels were unchanged. It was as if time itself had no effect on the car's energy. These 7 discoveries were just the beginning. They opened up a Pandora's box of questions that challenged everything we knew about EVs and energy. For instance, if this car truly generates its own power endlessly, what does that mean for the global energy industry? How would it reshape oil markets, power utilities, and government revenues? What about the carbon emissions that cripple our planet? How would this technology fit into the race for clean energy? However, the sheer audacity of this invention raises another pressing question. Why has nobody thought of this before? What's more, why is this technology being suppressed? These two queries cut deep into the heart of why this invention is more than just a garage creation. It is a threat to the status quo. Yet it is not just about the car. It's about who controls the future. Who decides if and when this technology reaches every corner of the globe? As we continue to investigate the CH, we find ourselves navigating not just a technological maze, but a web of influences and agendas that reach far beyond the world of engineering. It is essential to recognize that the very nature of this invention makes it a target. Just as groundbreaking scientific discoveries often face skepticism and hurdles, so does this. However, as we delve deeper, one thing becomes clearer. The potential impact of self-powered EVs cannot be ignored. It is easy to write off a self-powered EV as a pipe dream, a fantasy that defies the laws of physics and energy conservation. But dismissing it outright would be a grave mistake. The claims made by Maxwell Chikumbutso might indeed seem audacious, bordering on the impossible. Yet history is filled with instances where innovation has shattered the boundaries of what was once deemed impossible. From the Wright brothers' first flight to the splitting of the atom, countless discoveries have redefined the limits of human achievement. Could a self-powered EV be the next such breakthrough? The temptation to dismiss his invention as a mere fantasy is strong. After all, it challenges deeply ingrained concepts about energy, propulsion, and the very nature of possibility. But to do so would not only ignore the meticulous engineering and years of research that have gone into this invention, but also the potential it holds to revolutionize the way we power transportation. Maxwell's self-powered EV concept stands as a testament to the relentless human pursuit of innovation. Whether it ultimately succeeds in achieving its audacious goals remains to be seen. But the journey towards realizing this dream is already pushing the boundaries of what we believe is possible, reminding us that the impossible often lies just beyond our current understanding. To truly grasp the implications of what Maxwell has created, we must first confront the magnitude of the challenge he has taken on. The automotive industry is a realm where incremental improvements and stringent safety standards reign supreme. To make a car that runs on principles that defy convention is akin to entering the industry's most exclusive club uninvited. It's a world where established players hold tight to tried and tested methods, and where newcomers are often met with skepticism and ridicule. But that's exactly the position Maxwell finds himself in. His self-powered EV concept challenges the very foundations of automotive engineering. It proposes a radical departure from the conventional combustion engine or electric motor-reliant vehicles that dominate our roads today. Such a leap in thinking is not just audacious, it is disruptive. It threatens the very core of how the automotive industry operates. As we continue to test the car, we find ourselves in a unique position. We are not just observers of a new invention, but witnesses to a potential paradigm shift. We are seeing firsthand how this car pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible. The silence of its engine, the endless range, the mysterious workings, the unwavering performance, and the resistance to energy drain and time's passage are not just intriguing anomalies. They are clues pointing to a new way of harnessing energy. This is a story of innovation in the face of convention, of pushing the boundaries of what we think is possible. It's a story that goes beyond the realm of automotive engineering and touches upon the very essence of energy and its role in powering our world. We at Unfiltered Hacks are committed to bringing you the most exciting and groundbreaking innovations that are shaping our world. We believe in the power of discovery and the importance of exploring the unknown. If you love this episode, don't forget to show your support. Your support means the world to us and allows us to continue uncovering the mysteries that drive our world. Together, let's embark on this incredible journey of discovery and exploration.